TGIF sa Tagalog. Salamat Jesus at Biyernes ulit. Ang daming ganap the whole week. Kaya naman chill lang tayo ng konti. Today, let's keep it light. Join us in the next hour. I'm Denise Sang.
Keep it light, ano yan, alak? I'm Lord De Vera. Saktong weekend, time to regroup, breathe, manifest that everything will be all right. Well, this is Afternoon Delight.
Okay, it is Friday, November 22. May love-hate relationship tayo pag Friday, no?
Ako, hate lang. Hate ko Friday.
Hindi, kasi gusto ko din na kapag, take some time to see family.
Ganon.
Oo.
Ako, everyday gusto ko nagtatrabaho.
Ako din, no?
Wink, wink, wink.
Wink, wink, wink. Alright, ang aming delight of the day ay your classic tusok-tusok treats. Ano ba talaga tawag dito sa mga tusok-tusok?
Let's make tusok-tusok.
Oh.
Well, generic dati. Pag sinabi mong fishball, si fishball.
Alam na di ba?
Kasama na lahat
Correct.
yan. Pero once upon a time, Tita Denise, inabot ko pa yung panahon na fishball lang talaga pag sinabi mong fishball. Wala pa yung mga kikiam at mga squid ball at mga chicken balls. Recent introduction lamang yan.
Ako, nung bata kasi ako, squid ball eh. Alam mo yung maliit, itong branch, yung brand na laging nakikita dati sa mga supermarkets, yung red and yellow.
Red and yellow?
Oo, tapos may gulaman.
Jollibee?
Hindi iba.
Hindi yun.
Oddballs, tinawag.
Bakit wala ng oddballs ngayon?
Meron pa.
Naghahanap ako, wala
Meron pa minsan sa mga food court or supermarket.
Ang angal ko lang sa mga ganon, sa mga food court, feeling ko, masyadong malinis lahat.
Oo nga eh.
Tapos yung pre-cook na siya, kasi initin lang ulit, it's not the same.
Oo. Gusto ko yung lulutuin sa ilang beses nang nagamit na mantika.
Yes.
Yun ang nagpapasarap.
Diba? At yung halo-halo na may mga laway na ng tao,
kasama na yung
usok,
dumi.
dahak, dumi. Pero
Dapat
alam mo
nagdahak?
Hindi mo alam, di ako. May ilang tao mag-ganon. Sa UP may nakasulat pa, bawal double dipping na tinatawag.
Ay, oo.
Ginagawa natin ngayon.
Buti nga nauso na yun eh. Hindi, tig-isa naman tayo ng
Okay lang
sauce
mag-double
kasi.
dipping, huwag lang sa buhay at sa romance. Ito bang gusto ko sabihin?
Tikim nga. Anong gusto mong sabihin? Tungkol ba yan sa tusok-tusok?
Kaya iba pa rin, yung fishball kali, kasi yung sauce nila. Whereas,
mapakali,
yung binibili natin sa mga supermarket, galing mostly sa bote na lang yun. Itong mga sa manong tusok-tusok, ay niluluto the slow way. Yung malaking lata ng mantika, dahil wala namang, yung iba nagtitipid, wala namang maggasol, di ba? Lulutuin nila by, yung talagang mga firewood na collected lang. Kaya mabagal na mabagal. At siguro yung nagkataon lang yung serendipity rin ng lahat ng mga elemento na nandun na. No? Lahat ng mga laway, iba na, nandun na siya. Kaya iba yung lasa pa rin. Di ba? Pero kung ikaw pa pipiliin, ang pinakagusto mo, kikiam, fishball, squid ball, or chicken balls?
Fishball.
Bakit?
Fishball kikiam. Parang for me, yun yung mas malasa. Tsaka siguro yun kasi yun nga, nung mas bata ako, yun yung available before squid ball or fishball.
Yung squid ball, nalala ko, 2 piso na isa. Pero yun ang pwede mong iulam. Yung squid ball, anong sistema mo sa squid balls? Ikaw ba'y suka or yung maanghang,
yung
makapal
sweet
na
and spicy. Hindi ako nahilig sa suka na dip. Pwera pag, kwek-kwek siguro.
Kwek-kwek?
Oo.
Ay, pwede rin yung
Yung sweet and spicy doon.
Yes. Alright. So, ano mga plano mo for the weekend? Alam ko kung saan ka galing, Denise. Post ka naman, ikaw galing ay Hong Kong.
Hang Kang.
Ako naman, nagbabasa ng...
Hang Kang. Benta! Alam mo, lagi na lang nahuhuli dito sa camera yung mga halakak ko.
Bakit? Yan ang binabayaran dyan. Di ba?
Isa pa.
Ano?
Saan galing? Hang Kang. Teka, yung laway ko.
Yan ang pampasarap dyan.
Tignan mo ulit. Ay, nako. Nako, kayo po ba ay nakapag-holiday shopping na?
Uy!
Ay, yan ang tanong, ano, grabe.
Kinakabahan naman ako sa mga ganyang usapan.
Oh, hindi, kasi yun ang nakasulat eh. Nakapag-holiday
Nakaka-stress.
shopping na po ba kayo? Oo, dapat
Bakit?
no.
Eh kung hindi pa.
Konting prepare. Actually, style yan ng marami, no? Kasi minsan, kapag December ka na mamimili, let's say second week of December, sabay-sabay bigla, ang laki ng gas. Talagang ramdam na ramdam mo yung kinakaskas mong credit card.
Naku!
O kaya
Sinabi
yung
mo
cash
yan.
na nilalabas mo.
Oo, tapos komplikado pa, di ba? Minsan, para sa boss mo, ilan yung mga boss mo. Gusto mo mag-special, di ba? Hindi naman ba sa mahal lang. Gusto mo yung parang tailor-made para for his or her particular personalities. Minsan yun ang challenge. Unless, ano ba isang generic na regalo na parang pag natanggap mo imposible hindi ka liligaya?
Ano ba? Alak. Wine. Or mga naalala ko ang usong-uso nun, yung mga alcohol products, wet wipes, yung mga package na gano'n, lalo na nung nag-pandemic. Or even before the pandemic. Yung mga unscented. Kasi minsan yung pag mamimili ka ng, let's say, pack ng lotion, shower gel, ano pa yun may preference pa yung tao eh.
Once upon a time, pag nabigay ka ng gano'n, parang feeling ba niya hindi ako naliligo?
Hindi naman.
Diba?
Oo.
Ngayon, iba na yan. Until the next pandemic.
Okay, but speaking of iba-iba po ang ating storya on social media. Silipin natin isa-isa. On the Associated Press, Radical Jaguar rebrand and new logo sparks ire online. Bakit nga ba?
Grabe, nakakatawa. Sobrang ridiculous. Pati yung mga reaction na obviously it's it's surprise masking. It's actually homophobia masking as surprise, or sinasabi nila na off-brand daw kasi kung makikita mo, ito yun eh.
Pakita natin yung video.
Yung tagline nila is copy nothing. Okay. So parang maging original daw. Ito siya, no? Meron ba ayan, iisipin mo para siyang futuristic sci-fi na all accepting, all inclusive na fashion product binibenta.
Oo.
So basic comments ay where the cars. Parang Jaguar, if you want to stop selling cars, this is the kind of copy that you should At they're actually comparing it to yung Bud Light na campaign na nag-spark talaga ng online backlash kasi parang dito mo raw makikita na hindi nyo kilala yung market ninyo. Ano bang market ng Jaguar?
Medyo gulong-gulo nga ako dito sa sa TVC na yan sa promotion na yan
Although may isa ako nakita naman na post.
Natuwa sila.
Hindi, parang feeling ko tinotroll tayo ng Jaguar na hindi ito yung parang mapag-usapan.
Correct. Pwede rin naman talagang ganun lang.
Kasi parang troll, talaga seryoso. But they're still keeping daw this iconic jumper tawag nila. Kasi sabihin natin ang sama pa ng mga comments yung iba. Yung audience daw for that kind of market, yung ganong fashion, are the ones who are not able to afford to buy Jaguars. Grabe. Bakit DOM market ng Jaguar? Yan. British luxury car brand siya. At very iconic yung Jaguar. Is about as iconic as yung Land Rover, Bentley, mga ganyan. Di ba? Ano ba yung grip?
Yes.
May ibang snobbery ang British cars as opposed to yung mga Germans at American.
Baka naman what they're saying is for everyone. Di ba nga? Dahil nga doon sa inclusivity factor nung videos at mga taong nakita natin. Pero hindi naman kasi siya for everyone talaga.
Sabi, copy nothing. Tapos sa mga response, nilagay yung campaign ng United Colors of Benetton. Tinabiron.
Oo nga, very ganun kasi ang peg, no? Pero sabi nila, we're here to delete the ordinary, to go bold, to copy nothing. Yun ulit.
Kung gusto mong pag-usapan, well, obviously, pasok na pasok yun. Pero ibang usapan din kasi kung, eto nakakatawa, isa sa mga unang nag-react, of course, sa X to, no? Ay may-ari ng X, Elon Musk. Do you sell cars? Tanong niya. Leaper pala, hindi jumper. Of course, si Elon Musk, yung unang-unang magre-react sa mga ganyan. Dahil ang first friend ni Donald Trump, na ngayon daw, balita ko, and nakikipagsalpukan na with White House staff kasi nakikialam daw sa policy na.
Isingit ko lang,
Yeah.
I wonder if this is a style of marketing because I remember back in college, meron kaming assignment to make I believe, shampoo or toothpaste commercial without showing the product. So ano bang may tawag ba sa ganong klaseng marketing? Kasi naalala ko yun parang may acting kami na kunyari may magkakilala, tapos biglang bad breath pala, ganyan, tapos magbabanyo. Basta you can't show the product, laging ganon. So I wonder if that's a style of...
Sino ka doon? Gusto ko lang malaman.
Ako yung girl na dumaan, tapos nung dinaanan ako, sabi ko,
Wawa naman yung gumanap ng bad breath siya.
Siya naman ang star. Alam mo, hanapin ko yung send ko
Wala rin yun kung siya yung bad breath, di ba? Maraming ganyan campaigns, halimbawa, I don't know if you remember kung may malay ka na ng mga panahon na Richard Gomez with the classic bench commercial.
Yung nag-row?
Yes. Well, malamang yung suot niyang parang sando ay bench. Pero walang voice over except for yung Claire de Lune na instrumental na nakaslow mo pa. So, ganda-ganda ng cinematography.
Kami wala rin noon, walang annotation, walang voiceover, walang kahit ano. Basta parang naglalakad lang, tapos inisnab, tapos nagbanyo, toothbrush for some reason. I don't know, I really can't remember how. Pero pag nahanap ko sa send ko yun sa'yo.
Pati nga para mabigyan kita ng award. Anyway, so tingnan natin kung bahagi. Well, hindi lang naman kasi yung the absence of the product itself, but the aesthetics of the whole thing. Yung kine-question ng marami. At sabi ko, kung first time buyer ka daw ng Jaguar, pag nakita mo raw, hindi ka raw tutuloy. Unless may tinatarget talaga ang Jaguar na specific demographic na tinatalikuran na yung Pag sinabi kasi yung Jaguar, ano ba? Normally, yung mga matatanda, may edad na...
Super rich. Super rich.
Hindi lang simple, luxury British brand ang Jaguar. Yes. Yan. Anyway, next item. Alam mo, sana pagdasal natin na magka-Jaguar tayo.
Bakit?
By way of manifesting.
And speaking
Galing ko
correct. Yan po ang word
Segue.
of the year of Cambridge Dictionary on the Philippine Star. Itong ating storya, no?
Sige, ito muna. Sa Philippine Star.
Ayan.
2024 word of the year ng Cambridge Dictionary is manifest. Ito ay, well, hindi naman bago siya, no? Yung idea. Pero iba-ibang term sa kanya. Once upon a time, it's called creative visualization. Ano yung sa The Secret? May tawag sila ron eh.
Ano yung sa The Secret?
Yung The Secret na nauso, hindi, part siya ng New Thought movement nung mga 50s, 60s. Na para ma-achieve mo raw, if you want something to happen, dapat na-visualize mo raw sa iyong isipan. So, parang ganun din to, no? Yung manifesting.
Ako sa sports, ginagamit palagi yan ha?
Sige nga, paano? Aling part ba iniisip mo, tumatanggap ka na ng trophy, medalya? O...
Sa amin noon, it's really, you have to believe that you can beat the opponent before you can actually beat the opponent. Kasi parang lalaroin ka eh. If you come in a game na feeling mo mas malakas yung kalaban mo, you're already losing. Pero kung pumasok ka sa game at alam mong kaya mong lumaban at kaya mong talunin, then you can do it. Kasi yung mga instincts mo will just be there.
Inisip ko naman, binivisualize mo ba, halimbawa, kung sa basketball, binivisualize mo ba yung court? O kung paano mo iikutan yung defender mo? Kasi yung sinasabi mo, parang napaka-general pa. O yun ba talaga yung point nun?
Sa amin ganun eh. Oo, kasi technically when lalo sa volleyball, wala naman kaming oras to burn, di ba? We don't have a clock to burn na 24 seconds per possession. So with us, pagpasok mo, kailangan, alam mo na lahat ng gagawin mo in a snap. Kasi pag let's say there's a spiker, syempre nag-explain na ako. If there's a spiker, hindi mo na iisipin kung saan ka pupunta. It's all about the take-off pa lang, bago pa i-spike yung bola, patalon pa lang, alam mo na kung saan ka pupunta. You get it? Parang yung basa mo talaga, dapat alam mo na yung gagawin mo.
Kaya pala hindi ako champion athlete. Ako mas mag-iisip naku, hindi ko kaya to. Pero, yun kasi, impluwensya naman yan ng mga pelikula ng Hollywood. Yung pagiging parang underdog story mo, Pero yung false humility pala yun, kaya tatalunin mo pala siya.
Pero depende rin I believe also na it also comes with, certain facts kung nasang posisyon ka ba. Kasi kami, when I was playing, I knew for a fact na malakas yung team namin. So parang I could not entertain the idea that we would lose. So parang dun palang iba-block mo na siya. So ang manifestation mo palagi, mananalo ko, kaya kong talunin to.
Para sa akin kasi yung manifestation, parang may concrete ka nang iniisip. May particular kang imahe o imahen sa loob ng isip mo. Parang ini-imagine mo ba na nandun kayo sa gitna, may podium na, nasa top podium, gitnang podium ba kayo?
Wala akong ganun eh.
So iba pa yon. Parang yung idea lang na losers, ganun ba yon?
Siguro pwede.
Kaya sinasabi natin, di ba? Sa mga mixed martial arts, sa boxing, lalong-lalo na. Parang pansin mo, ang yayabang ng ibang mga players, ng mga fighters. Kasi,
kasama yun.
Kasama kasi yun.
Oo.
No?
Ngayon kasi medyo hindi ko alam, paano ba? I don't know what word to use, pero again, back in the day, talagang asaran galore.
Ang naiba lang sa ganyan kasi si Manny Pacquiao. Kaya love na love siya ng international press kasi ang kalaban niya talaga nagta-tiger lock. Si Manny Pacquiao, ngiti-ngiti lang.
Ngiti lang,
Tapos, kumanta lang ng Sometimes When We Touch the Night Before. Kakanta pagkatapos. When he beats your ass, after which, kakanta siya ng ulit ng Sometimes When We Touch.
Hindi, pero syempre yung mga, ano ba tawag doon? Swag o yung angas daw. Kasama lang sa laro yan. Everybody's friends din naman after the game. Well, majority magkakaibigan rin.
Sabi dati ni Muhammad Ali, it ain't bragging if you can back it up.
Correct.
Yan.
Okay, ito pag-usapan naman natin. Meron pa. Okay, sige.
Bakit ito napili? Kasi Olympics this year.
Yes. Teka, kukuha rin ako ng...
So nag-spike yung searches
for
that word.
Manifest. Okay.
Yan, no? At may kinalaman nga dito yung sports. So sports lang ba dapat to ginagamit? So, what does it say daw about the year? 2024, so makita mo. Sila Simone Biles. Grabe, pinapanood yung mga video. Ezra Fretch. Tama ba, Fretch? So, sa practice daw nila, naririnig nila na yung daily practice, nagmamanifest daw sila. Yun. So, ito din. Frances Sabrina Carpenter called her a manifesting queen for her appearance sa Eras Tour ni Taylor Swift. No? So ito nag-spike daw talaga, no? Pero yung 8/8/2024 daw for that particular dito talaga, bang! Ano ba meron? Kasi baka swerte.
Kasi Year of the Dragon ngayon, that's 8/8.
Ayun!
Diba? Kaya talagang todo yung manifestation siguro ng mga tao during that day.
Kanya-kanya mga diksyonaryo, may kanya-kanya sila mga pamantayan kung ano yung pipiliin nila for word of the year. Of course, dahil sa yung user data, yung dami ng volume ng searches at yung taking into consideration din paano mo ba i-apply yan sa taong ito. So, kung may Olympics ngayon, maraming records yun na marami siyang na-break talaga. Pero use manifest in a sentence. Ito, makapal. Ito naman ay
Ang dami mong baon ngayon, ha? Ang dami mong baon ngayon, in fairness sa'yo. Pero ito, madami ang nag-back up naman sa ating Asia Songbird, Regine Velasquez. Bakit kaya? Kasi on Regine's IG account, she thanks the ABS-CBN digital team for their apology. Yung konteksto ng storyang ito, may apology letter nga. Bakit? Because the netizens felt Regine was disrespected when it came to her billing sa Mix Music Awards 2024 promo material.
Bakit ba? Ano ba yung itsura?
Mamaya pakita natin.
Ito na, oh.
And this is still on Regine Velasquez's TikTok account. She said it's no longer her time. Meron kasing pinakita itong nasa TV, yung ipakita natin. Ayan, lakihan natin ng content.
Pero,
so you can see Beanie, Joanna, Maloy, si James Reid, Fiang Smith. Tapos nandito sa kanto, maliit. Itong si Regine Velasquez. Ang dami nag-react dito na grabe daw na
Ay, magre-react din ako. Excuse me, si Glock 9, sa baba nyo lang nilagay. Di ba?
Ayan. O, diba?
Black 9 awardee, diba? Sigurado ako yung mga gumawa nito, mga millennial.
Ay, teka, ilabas natin yung nakita ko yung pinost ni ni Regine Velasquez.
Hindi, pero si Regine, nag-sorry naman sa kanya, pero wala...
Ayan.
In fairness, si Regine, super secure sa kanyang
Oo. Talaga namang dapat, oo.
Hindi, pero kung medyo maluwag-luwag lang ang kapit mo sa realidad, masakit yan, ha? So, eto. Dear Regine, we would like to apologize. The oversight daw. We have deep respect and admiration for your craft. Remarkable contribution you have given the music industry. Kung ako sa inyo, one more for Glock 9.
Ayan. Eto, sabi ni Regine, thank you very much. Didn't have to, but I appreciate it. #kalma, sabi ni Regine. Ayun po, yung nakikita nyo on your screen is the apology sent to Miss Regine Velasquez Alcacid.
No longer her time. Walang time sa mga talent na kagaya ni Regine. Which is timeless.
I think she's trying to get everybody to calm down din muna. Kasi grabe talaga yung mga netizens online. Talagang nagalit sila for Miss Regine.
Oo, pero alam mo sa totoo lang, madalas mangyari yan sa mga posters. O yung mga gumagawa ng mga wala nang respetuhan ng hierarchy ng mga, alam mo yon, ng reputasyon, which who came first. Anyway, time will be the ultimate judge, the ultimate arbiter. Makikita ninyo kung balang araw ba itong mga mas malalaki ang billing sa kanya ay deserve yung billing na yun. Or, natin alam.
Well, only time will tell. And speaking of time, it took 8 long years. Pero ito po yung storya natin. In sports, Gilas Pilipinas has secured a historic victory over New Zealand in the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. More from Mobile Journal, Denise Valdesancho.
Matapos ang 8 taon, nasungkit ng Gilas Pilipinas ang panalo kontra All Blacks. Hindi basta-basta ang naging simula ng laban ng Pilipinas kontra world number 22 New Zealand. Ngunit nang mahanap ang kanilang momentum, full domination na ang Gilas Pilipinas sa kanilang home court, unleashing a 16-0 run. Ang final score, 93-89. Ibang performance ang ipinakita ni Justin Brownlee matapos magtala ng 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. 7-3 center Kai Soto also stepped up after recording a near triple-double of 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. The Nationals remain unbeaten with a 3-0 record. Sa ngayon, nangunguna ang koponan mula Pilipinas sa Group B. Patikim pa lang yan dahil susunod na makakaharap ng Team Pilipinas ang Hong Kong sa laban nila sa Linggo, November 24 at the Mall of Asia Arena. Sa doubleheader Thursday naman ng PVL All-Filipino Conference, uninterrupted ang connection ng Signal kontra Cherry Tigo in a 4-set victory, 25-19, 20-25, 25-18, 25-21. Standout performance ang libero na si Don Macandili Katindig after delivering 23 excellent digs and 6 excellent receptions.
Siyempre proud ako sa teammates ko kasi kung ano yung pinaghihirapan talaga namin sa training na overcome yung pressure lalo na sa NBA. Talagang nagta-translate na sa court.
Sa tapatan ng Capital One Solar Spikers at Chocomucho Flying Titans, muling nag-uwi ng panalo ang Flying Titans in a nail-biting 4-setter match, 25-20, 26-24, 28-26, 25-9, marking their second consecutive win. Bigumang makuha ang ikatlong set. Bumawi naman ang Flying Titans sa ika-4 with their biggest lead at 24-7. Bumida para sa Chocomucho si Cici Rondina, who scored 23 points of 17 attacks, 4 blocks, and 2 aces.
Personally, nag-suffer din ako sa knees ko. Pero ayun, wino-work ko na makabalik agad. Pero ayun, hindi naman yun rason. Pero I think it's the commitment naman din sa pagiging pro, and syempre sa national team. And tanggap lang ng tanggap, and trabaho lang ng trabaho.
Sunod na makakaharap ng Flying Titans ang Signal HD Spikers this November 28 sa PhilSports Arena Pasig. Mobile Journal, Denise Baldesancho po. Hatid ang mukha ng balita.
Marami pa rin nangangarap na mapanood ka na maglaro ulit.
Sige, balik po tayo sa 2011. Pwede naman.
Alam mo, marami nag-aabang yung dunk session.
Oo nga eh.
Inaayos ko na yung court sa baba.
Sige. So, pwede, di ba sa 5th floor before,
Meron.
nandun pa ba yung court? Ay, yung ano?
Ipababalik natin.
Ayan. Sige. Para sa kalokohan natin ito. O, ngayon muna, batiin natin ang lahat ng nanonood sa Afternoon Delight via live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Okay, unahin natin mga nanonood sa Facebook. Si Massamon, sabi niya, hello guys, happy Friday. Alex Fuentes, of course, says he's listening and he's watching. Sabi ni Ralph Domingo, isa pang suke, thank God it's delightful Fridays. Sabi ni Tito Rafael, good afternoon, Delight, Tito Lourdes and Tita Denise. Nag-manifest din siguro ang Gilas kagabi. Ang ganda ng laban. Congrats sa lahat ng bumuo ng team. Ganda talaga ng laban. Actually, up until the 4th quarter. Kasi lumamang ng 12 ang Gilas. Tapos biglang nababa pa yon to just 2 points.
Medyo nakakatakot yun.
Oo, pero eventually in the end, control was on our side. So congratulations po sa Gilas Pilipinas. Ito, si Hankro, sabi nila, matagal ko na din hinahanap yung oddball. Sino nakakaalam dito kung saan pa meron?
Ito, sabi niya meron para.
Sa Alabang po, meron.
Uy,
sa food court.
Teka, baka may basahin ka dyan, ha? Baka maisahan ka. Yung Cole ang second name?
Oo nga, nakita ko na yon.
Mr. Cole.
Oo, si Mr. Cole.
Hindi mo kami maiisahan.
Napansin ko yun kanina. Saan po pwede tikman? Doon po, sa Oddballs, pwede rin. Hindi kami sponsored, pero pwede rin naman.
Sa mga kali-kali na lang.
Diyan sa labas natin, buwibili ako dyan minsan.
Isahan mo pa kami, ha?
Sabi ni Hey Epic, mahihiya ang legendary actress na si Belia Flores sa tawa ni Tita Denise. Hindi masyadong matamis tan. Good afternoon, Delight. Okay. Sabi ni
Jane Ramos, hello Kamerienda, Rinaldo Santos, Bea Dalisay, of course. Fishball na yung favorite niya sa lahat. Alex Fuentes, hello. Ron and Ella Francisco, sa mga taga Valenzuela, hindi ko alam kung masarap yung mga ano ron, pero dyan ginagawa yan mostly no, yung mga fishballs, etc., etc.
Oo.
Anyway.
Ay, nagkahabol ako ng bate, sorry. Nung kami ng family ko ay umalis, tinulungan kami ng isang Pilipino na manager dun sa Stinea namin. So, thank you very much, Dennis Dulay, for accommodating us and helping us all throughout the last couple of days.
Namulis ka ba doon sa hotel?
Hindi
Oo. Alam mo, pag nasa ibang bansa ka, pag nakakita ka ng Pinoy na nasa likod ng concierge, makakahinga ka ng maluwag.
Oo. Hindi, nakakatuwa kasi doon sa buong hotel, 4 lang pala yung Pinoy.
Ganun?
Na-meet ko yung 2. Okay, you can join the conversation by leaving us a message and we'll read them before the end of the show.
Alright, time out muna. Marami pa kaming kwento sa inyo. Magbabalik po ang Afternoon Delight. Alright, nagbabalik po ang Afternoon Delight dito po sa One News. Ako po si Lourdes Vera.
At ako naman po si Denise Tan. Thank you for staying with us. Vice President Sara Duterte visited her detained Chief of Staff, Zuleika Lopez, on Thursday night at the House of Representatives. Lopez was cited in contempt during a House panel inquiry for allegedly interfering in hearings on OVP funds. House Secretary General Reginald Velasco said the visit was allowed despite it being outside visiting hours as courtesy to Duterte. After meeting Lopez, the VP stayed in the office of her brother, Davao City Representative Paulo Duterte. The Vice President remained at the House premises until 7:30 in the morning today.
But the Vice President is still not attending any hearing at the House of Representatives, particularly the good government's inquiry into her office's spending. And this defiance still has lawmakers agitated. The full story from News 5 correspondent Marian Enriquez.
House Speaker Martin Romualdez is urging Vice President Sara Duterte to show up to the House hearings herself if she truly felt bad about her staff having to answer questions on confidential funds.
Dapat na siya sumipot at mag-oath at magsalita at mag-explika kasi siya lang yata may alam kung ano nangyari sa mga pondo kaya dapat siya lang mag-explika. Huwag na lang yang bigay sa mga officials ng OVP o sa DepEd.
At yesterday's marathon hearing by the House Committee on Good Government, Duterte's Chief of Staff Zuleika Lopez was cited in contempt for undue interference. Turns out, the OVP had written to the Commission on Audit back in August, asking it not to comply with a subpoena from the lower house for audit records. That letter was signed by Lopez. Lopez also confirmed VP Sara had known about the letter. Prior to this, 4 other officers of the OVP were also cited in contempt for their repeated failure to attend the hearing, including her special disbursing officers Gina Acosta and Edward Fajarda, who are at the moment nowhere to be found. At a press conference yesterday while the hearing was going on, Duterte said she felt sorry for her staff who were getting dragged into the political persecution of her.
Ang ako ang mga kauban sa Office of the Vice President kay kung makita ninyo luwid kayo sila sa pag-persecute sa ako sa pagbukod sa ako sa pagdaot sa ako ang pangalan naapil ang ilahang trabaho naapil ang ilahang pangalan.
The House leaders did not take this sitting down with Congresswoman Franz Castro calling her a hypocrite.
So, kasalanan niya yan. Huwag niya kaming sisihin dahil ginusto niya yan na ang mga staff niya yung isalang. Siya nga yung pinapasalang namin, ayaw niya mag-take oath. So, huwag siyang hipokrita.
In a statement, House Majority Leader Manix Dalipa says, "Wag kang pa-victim. Tama na ang pambubudol." He also said that the Vice President should stop using her staff as human shields. It's about time she face Congress, answer the questions, and stop blaming others for her failures and fear of accountability. For his part, Congressman Rog Gutierrez blasted how VP Sara continuously pertains to the investigations as persecution.
Hindi po siya fair statement of persecution po kasi we're only doing our jobs in the aid of legislation. Sana mag-participate na lang po. If they were to attend to participate, I don't think it wouldn't drag so long na po as has happened.
Hearing resumes on Monday, November 25, and according to the committee, this might be the last if all 4 OVP officials cited in contempt show up and explain once and for all where hundreds of millions in confidential funds went. For News 5, I'm Marian Enriquez. We are One News.
And here's a quick rundown of more stories on One News. Pastor Apollo Quiboloy has been granted a new 5-day medical furlough following a jaw infection. This will begin tomorrow and will last until Wednesday, November 27. He will be transferred to the Philippine Heart Center where he was previously confined due to an irregular heartbeat. Quiboloy returned to Camp Crame only on November 16 after his first medical furlough. Motorists should brace for another oil price hike next week. Diesel will be more expensive by 1 peso per liter, gasoline by 90 centavos, and kerosene by 70 centavos. The Energy Department attributes the new round of hikes to the escalating geopolitical situation around Russia. And the Philippine peso weakened to 59 pesos per dollar on Thursday, its lowest in 2 years. This marked the first return to the 59 peso level since October 17, 2022.
In other news, a military task force with American personnel is now operating out of Palawan. And Mobile Journal, Kayla Macantan tells us about Task Force Ayungin.
The secret's out, if it was meant to be a secret in the first place. While on a visit to the AFP Western Command headquarters in Palawan just this Tuesday, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin confirmed the existence of what looks like a military unit of American troops. The announcement, or more of a slip as some observers see it, was made via a post on X, where Austin mentioned the term U.S. Task Force Ayungin for the first time, while thanking American service members deployed to it. Obviously, the task force focuses on Ayungin Shoal, otherwise known as Second Thomas Shoal, which is well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. Being just over 100 nautical miles from Palawan, where Westcom is. Ayungin is also where the BRP Sierra Madre was grounded in 1999 to serve as a permanent outpost. How did the task force come about? National Security Advisor Eduardo Año is not saying but clarified that a special group will only provide technical support to operations in the West Philippine Sea. He stressed that Americans will not have direct participation in rotations and resupply mission.
It is solely a Philippine armed forces, Philippine forces operation. The Westcom supported by the Philippine Coast Guard.
The U.S. Embassy in the Philippines said Task Force Ayungin enhances the U.S.-Philippine alliance coordination and interoperability by enabling U.S. forces to support AFP activities in the South China Sea. The AFP also insisted help from the U.S. only comes in the form of technical assistance through information sharing and will only be within Westcom in Palawan. This information, AFP added, when they plan and implement programs and activities meant to protect WPS. What both Filipino and American officials are not saying at the moment is if the Ayungin Task Force signals a direct commitment from the United States. Recall that America has repeatedly offered to assist in supply runs in the shoal or do patrols with the Philippines in disputed waters. Manila has declined each time, saying its armed forces and Coast Guard can still manage. Mobile journalist Kayla Macantan, we are One News.
You're still watching Afternoon Delight on One News, and as we go on another break, we bring you the reaction of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to the ICC's arrest warrants against him and his former defense minister Yoav Gallant. The ICC is accusing the two of war crimes and crimes against humanity in Gaza. Here's a clip from the Associated Press.
זהו יום שחור בתולדות העמים. בית הדין הבינלאומי בהאג, שהוקם כדי להגן על האנושות, הפך היום לאויב האנושות. בית דין מוטה זה החליט להוציא צווי מעצר נגדי ונגד שר הביטחון לשעבר יואב גלנט, בהאשמה מופרכת מן היסוד שאנחנו כביכול ביצענו פשעים נגד האנושות, בעוד שהאמת הפוכה לחלוטין. זוהי פשיטת רגל מוסרית. היא פוגעת בזכותן הטבעית של הדמוקרטיות להגן על עצמן מפני טרור רצחני. זהו צעד אנטישמי שיש לו מטרה אחת, להרתיע אותנו ממימוש זכותנו הטבעית להגן על עצמנו מול אויבים הקמים עלינו להשמידנו. מאשימים את מדינת ישראל ברצח עם, בשעה שאנחנו פועלים להגן על עצמנו מאויב שמנסה לבצע בנו רצח עם. מאשימים אותנו בפגיעה מכוונת באזרחים, בשעה שאנחנו עושים הכל כדי למנוע פגיעה באזרחים. וזה מול אויב שמסתתר מאחורי אזרחים ומשתמש בהם כמגן אנושי. מאשימים אותנו בהרעבת אוכלוסייה, בשעה שאנחנו מכניסים מאות אלפי טונות מזון להזנת האוכלוסייה. וזה בשעה שהחמאס בוזז מזון זה, והוא שמרעיב את תושבי עזה.
We're back. You're watching Afternoon Delight. Ako po si Denise Tan.
Ako naman po si Lord De Vera. Alright, finally, a bit of relief to motorists. Authorities have suspended road excavation projects to help ease traffic this holiday season. Mobile Journal Evan Tarinque has the story.
Christmas is fast approaching, and with it comes the dreaded holiday rush. To help ease the congestion, the MMDA has temporarily halted road excavations. But how are the streets of Metro Manila holding up? Heavy traffic here, gridlock there. This has become a common sight in Metro Manila as the holiday season nears. In preparation for the expected Christmas rush, the MMDA has temporarily suspended excavation activities on national highways and city roads. As of September, 420,000 vehicles traveled through EDSA, and this number is expected to climb as the holiday draw closer. The suspension of roadworks is seen as a significant step towards alleviating Metro Manila's worsening traffic.
Kung maiwasan ho natin at titigilin natin yung mga trabaho sa kalsada, malaki yung pagluluwag at makakatulong din to ease the traffic flow sa buong Kalakhang, Maynila.
Another solution being implemented is the use of the Mabuhay lanes, alternative routes designed to reduce congestion on EDSA. However, during my visit to some Mabuhay lanes in Quezon City, I found obstructions still scattered across these supposed clear paths. In some areas, parked vehicles blatantly ignored no parking signs, while sidewalk vendors continue to sell their goods despite the prohibition.
Totoo ho yun, bawal ho talaga. Eh, siyempre, nakikipagsapala rin din na kami sa pagtitinda dahil may pinaaral din kami.
Ito lang po yung bakanting may pupwestuhan po kasi wala namang ibang mga pupwestuhan, hindi na kami pwede lumabas ng kabila. Pero pag pinalis naman kami, sino naman po kami na hindi aalis?
The MMDA has been conducting daily clearing operations on Mabuhay Lane to ensure they remain obstruction-free. Vendors caught during these operations risk having their goods and equipment confiscated.
Talagang kailangan nating i-clear to make sure na yung Mabuhay lanes na binigay nating alternatibo sa mga motorista ay free from any obstruction.
As Christmas approaches, expect heavy traffic in Metro Manila to become even heavier. Plan your trips wisely and don't forget to bring plenty of patience. Mobile Journal, Ivan Tarinque, we are One News.
Now, the holiday spirit is in the air in Intramuros following the ceremonial lighting of the Meralco Liwanag Park. Mobile journalist Julie Baiza tells us more.
3, 2, 1, First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos led the ceremonial lighting of the Meralco Liwanag Park in Plaza Roma, Intramuros. This is a partnership between Meralco and Intramuros administration. Visitors enjoy the Christmas display and a 20-feet tall Christmas tree made of recycled meter case. Meralco Senior Vice President Ferdinand Galuz said the lighting display symbolizes hope.
Lighting up Plaza Roma, which is actually the center of Manila, Intramuros, brings about a lot of hope, and for our fellow Filipinos, and of course for the tourists to really see Manila as a right city.
He also mentioned that Intramuros is historic for Meralco.
In 1905, this is actually the first line of our Tranvia, from Santa Ana to Ayuntamiento. I think it's right here, at the right. So it was in 1905, and it's more than a decade ago, about 120 years. It's been really here, so it brings back a lot of heritage and history, not only for Intramuros and Meralco, but for the country as well, because I think even in lighting up Manila, I think Meralco was the first to light up this portion of Manila.
Some visitors like Sahit was delighted to see the lighting in Christmas tree. It is Sahit's first time in the country.
I think it's beautiful, it's well lit, and actually I was surprised, amused.
Earlier, the First Lady also led the relaunching of the Centro de Turismo in Intramuros. It blends history with modern technology to create an immersive experience for its visitors. The Centro de Turismo was built at the former site of San Ignacio Church. Access to the Centro de Turismo's ground floor is free. It is open from Tuesdays to Sundays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mobile journalist Julie Baiza, we are One News.
Alright, sabi ng relo ko, mag-aalas 3 na. Alam na this. Time for I Saw the Signs. Alright, I saw the signs. I saw you peek into my frame. Today's edition, random signs na baka napadaan lang sa feed ninyo. Parang ganito. First, note mula sa magulang. Anak, pakibasag na lang yung pinggan. Pagkatapos mo kumain para wala ka naugasan sa lamp. Ay, grabe. Passive-aggressive.
Total, di ka naman naghugas. Basagin mo na lang, tapon.
Nanay ko yata yung sulat yan.
Alam mo, dapat bilan nyo na lang siya ng paper plates. Kung hindi, aborido lang kayong uuwi ng bahay. Oh.
Next.
Okay, paunawa. Bawal mag-iwan ng kahit anumang uri ng sasakyan sa loob ng parking area. Ha?
Hindi ko na-gets. Bawal mag-iwan ng kahit anumang uri ng
sasakyan sa loob ng parking area.
Sorry, hindi ko na-gets.
Hindi ko rin gets.
Baka yung overnight parking, mga ganyan?
Pwede. Oo, baka ganon.
O baka medyo clumsy lang yung pagkaka-phrase. Kasi normally, bawal mag-iwan dapat ng basura, di ba? Pero baka ganon ang tinutukoy. Pero kung parking area naman yan, kaya nga parking, di ba?
Correct. Unless, sabihin ko sana yung mga nag-feeling sasakyan, yung mga tumatayo sa parking.
Sagasaan yun.
Huwag sagasaan.
Naman, relax. Easy, puso mo.
Easy lang.
Next, isang pakiusap. Kung sino man po ang kumuha ng halaman ko, pwede lang po pakibalik. Pinapaarawan ko lang yun. Pawa naman.
Kasi naman din-display sa labas.
Pero hindi naman pa rin naka-display ko kunin mo, di ba?
Kasi nga, di ba minsan, pag maglalabas ka ng gamit, parang free for all na yon.
Kala siguro nila, no? Uy, mahal ang halaman ngayon, ha?
Hindi niya alam, pinapa-arawal lang yung halaman niya.
Mahal, pero sana nabalik yung halaman mo, kung sino ka man.
Okay, ito, next natin, sa pader naman. Kung edukasyon ang sagot sa kahirapan, bakit bawal umihi dito?
Yan ang tanong. Ganda yan. Ano nangyayari sa'yo?
Sobrang random. Bakit?
Yan ang non-sequitur na tinatawag.
Teka, sumakit na naman yung ulo ko. Kalimutan ko.
Sige, habang sinasakit ulo niya, send us your signs sa Afternoon Delight on@gmail.com. Padala po kayo at ang premyo ninyo, hahalakhak si Denise Tan.
Ayoko na kinokontrol ko nga, sumasakit yung dito ko. Okay.
Okay, kumusta nyo na natin mga viewers natin
sa
Afternoon Delight?
Ay, madami tayong oras. Teka.
Alex Manansala, ganda talaga ni Tita Denise. Smile at tawa pa lang, nakakakilig na.
Nabibighani sila sa tawang to. Naiyak ako.
Hindi ko nagsasalita kasi isa-sample ko yan. Or makuha ko yung audio.
Ay, teka, yung sosog mo kalimutan. Masasarap na. Nagnabiluha ko.
Okay. Asyong Salonga Jr., Tito Lord. Masarap po fishball sa Batasan Complex. Crocodile flavor. Easy boy. Hey, epic. Ang gaslaw ni Tita. I love it.
Tingnan mo yung luha ko.
Natatawa ako sa mga joke daw ni Boss Lord. Manifest. Baya Dalisay. Talagang gusto ko talaga yung tandem kasi with Tita Denise. Jet Wenceslao, magandang hapon daw. Asyong Salonga Jr., halakhak mo daw. Nakaka-good vibes.
Ay, nako. Ako naluha.
Halakhak daw na nakatanggap ng bonus.
Ay, nako. Wish ko lang. Diyos ko.
Michael Policarpio, natikman niyo na ba ang Bananarama ni Mang Toots?
Ay, oo naman.
Bananarama?
Ay, nabuta mo ba yun? Mang Toots. Sumikanto ng Eloisa. Meron doon na Pinoval. Ay, hindi pala Eloisa. Pinovalo, oh.
Sabi ni Bea Dalisay, may tempura po kayo? Next time. JN Ramos, hello ka merienda. Ayan, nabati natin kanina. Hey, epic. Indirect or implicit ata yun. Ang tawag sa ganong marketing style. Graduate daw siya ng BFA Advertising.
Oh, okay. So may ganun nga kasing style na
Ayan.
Ito, teka si Tito Rafael pa. Parang maganda daw gawing alert tone ang halakhak. Try mo, record mo one time.
Yung kanina, kaya ako nag-pause kanina Pahinayaan ko lang maiiwan yung audio ng boses.
Grabe yung luha ko.
Just i-audio grab natin yon, ha? Alam na natin.
Ay, okay. Thank you so much. That will do it for us this week. Maraming salamat po ulit for watching Afternoon Delight. Ako po, si Denise Tan.
Okay. Hindi bukas alas 2 ang sasabihin ko, kundi sa Lunes, alas 2 in punto, magkita-kita tayo. Ako po si Lourdes Vera. Tita Denise, happy weekend.
Happy weekend.
Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Happy weekend sa inyo lahat.